This video is not meant to take the place of legal advice. Please get in touch with an attorney if you have additional questions. Do you need a reasonable accommodation for your assistance animal? The following video discusses how reasonable accommodations can help tenants keep their assistance animals. An assistance animal is an animal that helps or does tasks for the benefit of a person with a disability or an animal that provides emotional support that improves the symptoms of a disability. If you have an assistance animal, you may need a reasonable accommodation so they can live with you. If your landlord tells you that you cannot keep your assistance animal and stay in your home, you likely need to request a reasonable accommodation. You should request a reasonable accommodation for your assistance animal before getting the animal or moving into your place. You can request a reasonable accommodation at any time before or during your rental term, even when your landlord is trying to evict you. If you forget to tell your landlord about your assistance animal, you can still ask for a reasonable accommodation after your landlord discovers the animal. To request a reasonable accommodation, you should write a letter to your landlord explaining that to have the equal use and enjoyment of the property, you must be allowed to keep your assistance animal. You must explain that you are a person with a disability and that your animal helps you manage your disability. You should keep a copy of the letter you give your landlord. Although it's not required, it is best to send the letter to your landlord via certified mail. Your landlord cannot deny your reasonable accommodation request without asking you to enter the interactive process. The interactive process is a discussion that allows both you and the landlord to come to an agreement about how they can help meet your needs. An accommodation is reasonable if it does not change the essential nature of the property or cause the landlord undue financial or administrative burden. If your landlord denies your reasonable accommodation request or otherwise refuses to allow your assistance animal to live with you, you can file a complaint with the Tennessee Human Rights Commission or the Department of Housing and Urban Development. If you have questions about asking for a reasonable accommodation, call your local legal aid society office for help.